10 English-born players to represent other nations ahead of Cash's Poland debut. To represent your country is one of football's greatest honors, and if that country is England, you must be half decent. But not every kid born blessed with international-level ability chooses to represent the Three Lions once they make the professional grade. In fact, a whole host of top players from down the years have turned out for foreign countries despite being born in England. And Aston Villa defender Matty Cash is the latest to follow in their footsteps, opting to don the Eagle of Poland thanks to roots on his mother's side of the family, ending his chances of playing for his home nation. Born in Slough, the 24-year-old is set to be handed his debut for the White and Red by manager Paulo Sousa in a World Cup qualifier on Friday against Andorra, making him the latest English footballing expatriate. With that in mind, here are 10 English-born players who represent other countries ahead of Cash's Poland debut. Where else to start but in Leeds on July 21, 2000? Touted to become the best striker of his generation, Haaland was born in Yorkshire when his father, Al Finga, was playing for Leeds United. Before his 4th birthday, though, the 6 feet 4 inches phenomenon moved back to Brine, his parents' hometown. Unsurprisingly, Haaland chose to play for Norway like former Molde manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but could be living in England again sooner rather than later. The Borussia Dortmund striker, who has scored 70 goals in 69 games for the German Giants, is set to leave his current club at the end of the season, with his £68 million release clause putting Europe's elite on red alert. Agent Mino Raiola has reportedly been shopping around for the best deal for his client, with Manchester City, who his father also played for, and bitter rivals United keen on signing the sensation. Gareth Southgate may have Harry Kane for now, but it's hard not to imagine the thrill of Haaland tearing up defenses with 3 lions on his shirt. Have your say. Who would you sign for if you were Haaland? Let us know your choice below. Similarly to Haaland, Dortmund teammate Reina was born in Sunderland when former United States captain Claudio Reyna was plying his trade for the Black Cats. Now 18 and a US international himself, Reyna boasts 9 caps for the Stars and Stripes, firmly shutting down the prospect of playing for England when it became a topic in early 2020. Named on the 2021 Golden Boy shortlist alongside Jude Bellingham, you're sure to hear his backstory a few more times in the coming years. To one of the Premier League's most admired players now, and it was as recently as March when West Ham United's Antonio confirmed he would accept a call-up from Jamaica. Hailing from South London, the 31-year-old striker's parents were born on the Caribbean island, whose national team approached him early in the year. Antonio was included in England squads under both Southgate and his predecessor, Sam Allardyce, but never made his Three Lions debut. The West Ham fan favourite, who used to be a right-back, made his debut in September as the Reggae Boys were beaten 3-0 by Panama in a World Cup qualifier. Morgan only ever played for Nottingham Forest and Leicester City, barring 5 games on loan at Kidderminster Harriers 18 years ago, in a commendable career in English football, with the highlights obviously coming at the Foxes. The Nottingham-born centre-back lifted the Premier League title as a captain and played in an 2016 Champions League quarter-final against Atletico Madrid the following season. But another feat Morgan achieved is playing at international level, making his Jamaica debut in 2013 and featuring a further 29 times. Now retired, the 37-year-old made his final appearance in football for Leicester in their FA Cup triumph in May. Sparked by former manager Jose Mourinho's comments that England were missing Lancaster-born McTominay in early 2018, the Manchester United midfielder was a Scottish international by March that year in a swift decision on his future. With legendary ex-United boss Sir Alex Ferguson wanting the 24-year-old to play for the Tartan Army, former Scotland manager Alex McLeish travelled down to Manchester during the infamous Beast from the East UK weather chaos to convince McTominay to play above the border, where his father hails from. He travelled a hell of a long way to come and speak with me, and I have to thank him for that, the United Academy graduate explained upon confirming his choice. The conversation we had was relatively simple. I wanted to play for Scotland and I always have done, since I was a young boy, and it was an incredibly proud moment for me when he did call me up, and hopefully I can kick on and do well. He's not done badly either, helping Scotland qualify for the European Championships this summer and aiding them in their search for a place at the Qatar World Cup. One of McTominay's good friends, while at Old Trafford, James and his ex-teammate have representing another nation than England in common. The winger is an established Wales international, but is from Kingston upon Hull. James qualifies to play for the Dragons through his late father, Kevin, who passed away shortly before his transfer to Manchester United. Raised in Yorkshire, the current Leeds United man is approaching the 30-cap milestone for Wales and impressed at Euro 2020 before leaving United for Leeds on transfer deadline day in August. Yet to get going at Elland Road, James' best moments since becoming a Player League player have often been for the Welsh, but we suspect there's more to come from the one-time Swansea City speedster. Focusing on some greats of the game now, and starting with Liverpool and television legend Lawrenson. Born in Preston, for whom his father played for, a bit of a theme here, the versatile defender was recommended to Republic of Ireland manager Johnny Giles by North End coach Alan Kelly in 1977, the year he made his debut for the boys in green. Winning his first of 39 caps aged 19 against Poland, Lawrenson's talent and ability to play in a multitude of positions saw him feature at full-back, in midfield, and, occasionally, in his favored position, centre-back. Lawro, as he's known, as for his long-running punditry career, won 1 European Cup and 5 league titles with Liverpool, while helping Ireland to qualify for its first ever major tournament in 1988. Injury unfortunately prevented Lawrenson from going to the Euros, which saw his side exit at the group stages, and he'd retired before Jack Charlton's side qualified for the next 2 tournaments. Sticking with Anfield favourites, Liverpool-born Aldridge had already committed his future to Roy when the Reds came calling in 1987, making his international debut the year prior thanks to Irish heritage on his grandmother's side. The striker, who signed as Ian Rush's replacement, scored 63 goals in 104 games for the Reds as he won the League and FA Cup. Aldridge earned 69 caps and played in the 3 aforementioned tournaments under beloved gaffer Charlton's leadership. And he enjoyed playing against Latvia, scoring 8 of his 19 goals for Ireland against them. One of Ireland's greater ever players, McGrath was born in Middlesex to an Irish mother and a Nigerian father. The 61-year-old's backstory has a tragic element, as his mother, Betty, gave him up for fostering in Ireland at just 4 weeks old. With fears that her son would be considered an illegitimate child due to being born outside of marriage and from an interracial relationship, she traveled to London in secret to give birth to him. After that difficult start to life, McGrath forged a superb footballing career, starring for Manchester United and later Villa, where he won the PFA Player of the Year in 1993. He was a key component in Ireland's success during Charlton's fondly remembered era, winning 83 caps. Who will be the best footballer in 2025? Predict yours by voting below. And finally, Arsenal's record appearance holder with 772 outings for the Gunners, O'Leary was another pivotal player for Ireland during their successful period. He was born in London, but thankfully for the boys in green, moved to another capital city, Dublin, at the age of 4. Racking up 68 caps, the defender most notably represented Ireland at the World Cup in 1990. O'Leary scored the winning penalty in a round of 16 shootout against Romania before Charlton and co were beaten in the quarter-finals by Italy.